So just two more questions for you on this, Shams. So couldn't help but notice in the press statement or the release that came out to confirm from the team what you were reporting, that everyone met in Los Angeles and that they're going to continue on. And the word partnership was used. And also couldn't help but notice that Durant and Kleiman's brand, The Boardroom, had its logo next to the Nets logo, and the word partnership was used. Can we connect these dots again and see that maybe part of this conversation was the Nets were going to, I don't know, do something with Durant's company or production company in conjunction? Why use the word partnership, and why put his logo on this team missive?
I don't know about the logo aspect. As far as the partnership, I think that verbiage is important, because I do think the last 3 years, the relationship between Kevin Durant, Joe Tsai, Sean Marks, that has been a partnership, right? Like, if you're making moves for your organization, as Sean Marks and Joe Tsai have been over the last 3 years, ever since they got Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving, you want to involve your star players. Different organizations do that. When you look at the Lakers, the Clippers, the Nets, teams like that, I think that just comes with his stature, and I think it has been a partnership. Now, when did that partnership kind of start to crumble a little bit? Clearly, the last 3-4 months is when that partnership crumbled. When the trade request was made and the ultimatum was made. But now the fact that verbiage was used again, that I think again reemphasizes that I do, from everything I'm told, what I believe is those sides left that meeting with the renewed energy, a renewed hope of, like, let's finish what we started and let's see how next season goes. And I do think that was genuine.
And okay, and all that said, the general sense that I've feel and sense, and I think others will, is in the crucible of a playing season, losing streaks will happen, or a timeout will occur that Durant might not agree with or Kyrie might not agree with. There's always disagreements, but usually teams can overcome that unless there was something beneath the surface a year prior that required an offseason like this and a meeting like the one that happened in Los Angeles to kind of put back in the bottle. Is this, how fragile will this be? Because I think everyone will look at Brooklyn Nets games this year to see body language, to see press conferences, how they're conducted, that trade deadlines might force action as well. What do you think about that, Shams?
I do believe there's going to be a lot of pressure on the Nets this season. There's going to be a lot of pressure on the players, from Kevin Durant after the situation, on Kyrie Irving entering the last year of his deal, Ben Simmons from last season, what happened there, Joe Harris coming back from injury, pressure on Sean Marks, on Steve Nash, on the entire organization. I think from top to bottom, I think that meeting was important because everyone has to be better. So there's no doubt, whatever, word you want to use, whether it's, there's going to be a very thin line to this season, no question. When that adversity hits, when you lose games, how will those star players, those stakeholders take it? That's going to be very important. But those habits are going to be built in training camp. And we're going to know, as training camp goes and as that's going along, what the tenor of those relationships within those fine lines is going to be. But there's no question. There's going to be pressure on this entire organization, really the moment Media Day tips off on September 26th.